I don't know what's happening, but welcome. We are live. And as you can see by the title, we've got owners at Slough. The A23 football group have now bought majority shares of the football club. We're going to be discussing what's next for Slough, Scotty Davis, and also a cheeky little Dulwich Hamlet preview. We haven't really planned anything, Luke, have we? So it's going to be a bit of a waffle tonight, but
yeah, cool.
We're trying to get some guests on and see what we can do. But yeah, how you doing, Luke? You all right, mate?
Yeah, I'm all right. But I'm kind of all right until I have the news about Paul Rees-Forster.
Yeah, we're going to come on to Rees-Forster.
Yeah.
And obviously the main news this week. It's so hard, isn't it? But yeah, it's a new era at the Rebels. It's a new era at the Rebels, guys. Yeah. I'm just going to message the two other guests that we're hopefully getting on to see if they can get involved in the stream. But yeah, let me know where you're coming from today, guys.
Where'd you go
and obviously
from?
This can be saved as a video as well. So if you're watching a video, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and make sure you share it around. But yeah, we're just gonna sort out our guests, hopefully. Oh bloody hell! But yeah, 3 people in. Welcome in, guys. Hope you're all well. It is a little bit laggy tonight, so there will be a delay between me and Luca. I think we worked out about 3 seconds. As you can see, there's the delay there, but it seems okay on our side. But at first, let's talk about. I think we got to say the main news, haven't we? The A23 football group acquiring Slough Town Football Club, and hopefully giving us. Hopefully, it gives us a new path. What's your thoughts, Luca?
I reckon they're a really good sports group. Obviously, I've had a bit of association with them in the past. And Ashley Smith, great lad, really nice guy. And I reckon because they've brought players in such as Imran, Michael Adedjbe, and a few others. I reckon they've got a really good development squad, and that'll really help us, especially on the bench.
So, do you feel obviously? Will they step Beaconsfield owning Slough now? I'm guessing that Beaconsfield link will now go back to us with the under 20. So, would you say they're not going to invest a lot of money into the club, but invest under 23s, under 19s, which we can tap on?
Maybe. I reckon they might invest a bit and maybe give us a few players, or maybe set up a different squad for us, a bit like they did before with the A23 squad. So that's how Imran came through.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess if we up the budget a little bit, that could give Scotty some more wiggle room with getting some more players in. But I'm guessing if you're bringing in new players, then our old players, we're going to want a little bit of a pay rise, you know, with the new owners. But But yeah, I've just had a little message, and tomorrow asking for a minute's applause on the 4th minute to remember Christian Rowe. Obviously, this week marks the passing of the tragic passing, I should say, of Christian Rowe. And if you are attending Arbor Park Row, there will be a minute's applause in the 4th minute. But yeah, fourth minute, minute's applause for Christian Rowe, the young centre half, which he played one game for the Rebels against Beaconsfield. But yeah, if you are, that is news that I'm just getting in 15, not literally like a minute ago, that there will be a minute's applause tomorrow. But yeah, so hello to everyone watching. We've just had a little talk on the A23 football group. Personally, I feel it's always good to have an owner with a little pot to piss in, if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
It's so hard. It's so hard for the current board that the money for our players and everything like that's coming from sponsorship. Bloody hell, a bit coming from sponsorships, kit revenue, from the bar, and let's be honest, that ain't enough to keep a squad kicking. You need a little bit of money, especially in the National League South this year. It's been so competitive. But I think we've just got to go on the current board at the moment. We've got Mike Lightfoot. Honestly, what a guy Mike Lightfoot is. He was chairman of the trust originally on the board. He represented the trust for the board. And then he moved over to chairman when John Porter left the Rebels. But yeah, obviously it's tough for Mike. He's trying to keep the club as stable as we can, and I feel in his time as chairman, he's done all he can for the club. So you have to respect him for that, in my opinion. Then we move on to Aid, the old voice of Rebels Radio. Does so much in the day-to-day operations of this football. See him running around at Arbor Park, sorting stuff. And you just got to say fair play to him. Honestly, the amount of stuff he does for the football club is unreal, to be fair. Then you got Kay Leafy. You either see her sorting out with the referees, like sorting out the players, sorting behind the bar, in the kitchen. She does everything for Slough, and I believe Aid, I think it is Aid and Mike. Aid, Mike, and Kay are still going to be within the club, as what I read. It was kind of hard to decipher the statement. But yeah, it was kind of hard to decipher the statement, but that's what I got from the statement. So you might have read it differently. But now I think it's time to move on to a situation which was a little bit shocking, I feel, today.
Yeah.
I think since Scotty came in, this is the worst decision he's made. And I'd love him to prove me wrong. But Reece Forster is not going to be number one. We've got a new keeper in who I'm guessing, if you're bringing someone from Bournemouth who sits in the bench in the Premier League, is going to start.
Yeah.
But this would be so devastating for Reece. What's your thoughts, Luca?
Reece, I've known Reece since the start of his career at Slough. We've been great mates for a while, and it doesn't feel the nicest. Like being one of your mates being treated like that, pretty much. But he's a great guy, great keeper, and I really hope he does well. Like if he leaves or he goes on loan, I really hope he does well because he deserves it. Yeah.
To be fair, I don't. If he was and had carried on doing good performances, I would want him to stay. But after this, really, can you blame Reece Forster for closing the door on Slough? I don't think so.
I won't blame him at all because he fell in love with the club. The fans welcomed him in. He loves the club, But then it probably felt like a stab in the back. It just came out the blue completely for him.
Let's talk about the North. The North was a Reece Forster, who was I don't know how old he was when he first joined us, but he was a young goalkeeper, number 2, played terrifically in 3 games, took that number 1 spot from Johnny North, who done 600 or something appearances for Wilson.
Yeah,
I think he was voted. I think he was voted like one of Wilstone's best player in the Groves and Vale era.
He was a fantastic keeper,
which is pretty good. Yeah, and for Reece Forster to drop him from number 1, that Reece Forster needs some respect on his name, I think.
Does, yeah. Take on
like
a number 1
like that. Yeah, a number 1 that's been like smashing it in the non-league game for ages. It's mad.
Yeah, I know.
Right, I believe we are going to get a guest in. I'm just sending in over the link now. But guys, let me know your thoughts on the on Reece Forster potentially going out on loan. The A23 football group coming in as owners. But let us know. And I think this is a good time to say thank you to our sponsors of the Slough YouTube channel. It is, of course, Ivor Fencing Company. Their links can be found. I don't know if I put it in the description of this video. So if you go to my last video, drop that like whilst you're there. And you can see all the links for their Facebook and website. If you are local to the Slough and Ivor area, they are the best mans in the job to sort out your fences. So Ivor Fencing Company, our sponsors, they'll become your best friend with fences. I think that was pretty good, that. LB Vlogger, how's it going, mate? How you doing? You all right? Yeah, right, here we go. We got Cameron now. He better not have any highlighters this time. Better not have any highlighters. That's all I'm saying.
Family friendly.
Oh, he's outside at the moment. Let's get him in. We're trying to get him in, guys, anyway. Oh, why is he not he's not letting me put him in? Hang on, guys. Give us a second. We are trying to get the man, the myth, the legend, Cameron in. It's coming. Oh, here he is. He's on our faces at the moment. Oh, is he here? Hang on, it's just loading. It's just loading. Guys, if you are watching the video, it's technical difficulties. Oh, he's not in there again. What the?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Cameron, mate. Just trying to get you in.
I can hear you lot. It's just not loading for me.
Is he here?
Yeah, he's here.
Oh,
I can hear you lot. Can you hear me?
Is he here?
Yeah, I can see you as well.
Hello.
Is he there for you? Oh, he's here.
Yeah.
He's here.
Hello.
Whoa,
Hello, mate. How you doing?
I'm good. Cheers, you. Oh, this is terrible.
Yeah, good, mate. Good. Laggy. I'm not gonna lie to you, but obviously you've seen the title. No owners at the Rebels. What's your thoughts, mate?
I think it's good. I think it's going to bring good income in, and that could obviously improve. We could bring new players and it could help the club. I think it's a step forward for us. It could take time, but I think it's a good step forward.
Yeah, definitely. That's what me and Luke were just saying. But do you feel? I was saying this. Academy 20. Yes, obviously they have money because they just bought the football club. And I did actually do a little digging on Slough Town. And we are actually owned by someone. I don't know if people knew that, but we are actually owned by someone. I believe it's like the Orchard something. I will try and get now. But we are owned by all. I never knew that. I thought Slough was like fan owned or something. Yeah. Nah, I'm not on about A23. It was on, or we may still have owners.
Yeah, I think.
I don't know how we get contact.
I know Slough Borough Council are in the ground, but I didn't know.
Slough Town FC is owned by Orchard Community Sports.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, Orchard Community Sports.
No clue who they are.
Orchard Community Sports owns Slough currently. Let's try and. Yeah, I never owned until I started looking into it. It's someone in Farnborough.
I knew the ground was owned by Slough Borough Council. I just didn't know that anyone owned the football club. Have you lot spoke about the new keeper coming in?
Did I?
Bournemouth,
Yeah.
Louis, we may get you in a later date, mate. Later on in the stream. Yeah, right. Obviously, I think us three are all three of us are really close to Reece Forster. Love the guy. So let me know your thoughts on the situation, Cameron.
I can't really say too much, but I feel that he will probably take this in the right step and fight. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Cameron, what's your thoughts on Reece Forster?
I feel that obviously it's hard bringing in another lone keeper, and you know that your place is to fight for.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, it's a massive delay.
I don't. Can you hear me now?
Carry on, mate. Carry on.
Right, yeah. So bringing in another lone keeper, it might set him obviously it might set him back.
Yes,
he knows that he needs to fight for that number one.
It's laggy on everyone's ends, mate.
He needs to fight for his spot, but I feel that he'll take it in the right way, and it will make him improve because he knows he's got something to play for. Because he's been at the club now, obviously, for the season with no other keeper, obviously, in our squad, so he didn't have any position to fight for.
100%.
Well, we have Michael Edgebay on loan. I think he's at Southall, isn't he, or somewhere like that.
Well, at the start of the season, we have a Degby on loan, but we there was competition for him, and he was number 2. He got back in as number 1. To be honest, will he be given the chance? Because if we got Bournemouth a loanee on the bench, he's going to get shipped back down to Bournemouth. He's going to go back to the South Coast. Needs to prove himself, and if he can't prove himself on the pitch or in training, his training's hard. I think he's got to go out on loan. Because there's no point. He's not in the squad for tomorrow, from what I know. There's no point. He's not in the matchday squad. I don't know the start 11, by the way, guys. Not in the matchday squad. You can see that on the website, guys. Yeah, out on loan.
I think he should as well, because it will give him game time. It will give him game time. It will give him time to improve.
Yeah. Valuable game time as well. Valuable game time. Definitely. But yeah. Right, let's move on to the Dulwich of the Hamlet, who we've got tomorrow at Arbor Park. Feels good to finally have a game. After
this time.
a few weeks out. I will get the squad news for you tomorrow. So the team tomorrow, I believe it's I don't know. I don't say. Aaron Core, Joe Dandy is still injured, even though they played the part against Hamilton Town. From the following players: Will Dennis, Jackman. What's that?
Cooley. He was saying he's going to be out for about 8 weeks.
What's that, mate?
Apparently.
Yeah. So your team for tomorrow is Will Dennis, Josh Chapman, Luca Woodhouse, Matt Hall, Lee Togwell, Temi Owaka, Gabe George, Matt Lynch, Johnny Goodard, George Hunt, Scott Davis, Francis Amati, Ogo Obi, Elliot Benyon, Louis Walsh, and Imran Kayani. And I think we're just going to move on to the point of Imran Kayani.
Yeah.
For me, he deserves to start tomorrow. He's
He
been
does.
one of our most underrated
He's
players
unreal.
this season. Imran Kayani, I do not see him on the starting 11. Honestly, I'll be shocked. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah,
I'll be
same.
shocked.
He's been unreal this season off the bench. He hasn't got enough game time at all. He deserves it. He's worked for it for the whole season.
The thing is, I feel that Scotty might seem as like a game changer to come on, but I feel that when he starts, he's brilliant. When he comes on, he's brilliant. So I feel that he deserves that chance to start and get valuable game time because he's only young and he can only improve.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Also, that A23 link.
He deserves to play, and it's, yeah, the free link coming back, strong point. Extra option here. If the because we don't know if the under are about. I guess that's the guess at the moment. That they're gonna, if they own the club, they're gonna have the 23s with us.
Yeah.
But what's next for the A23 football group? Will it be to try and buy Arbor Park? Because if you own a club, you want to own the stadium.
Yeah.
Will it be to buy Wrexham Park back? That stadium's still there in Slough.
Wrexham Park, yeah.
Mate, if we buy Wrexham Park back, like, it's going to need a lot of work, and I think they'll have to fully do it out into a League 2 quality stadium. Because if you're building a new stadium these days, you might as well.
Yeah, exactly.
But it is kind of mental. Cameron, where even are you? We haven't even spoke about that. I know you're in the car, but
I was about to say, Wrexham Park is owned. Someone brought it, so they have no building permission.
A banqueting suite. That's what it is now.
So they have no building permission. So unless they buy it back and then I feel it's easier to just buy Arbor Park.
Yeah, and add more seats and stands. That's what we need. Expand.
I will say this one thing. We had, I've been told this by old Slough fans, we had the Millwall owner. So every week we was getting Millwall players on loans that were a little bit injured, but they could still do it non-league. And he died. He died. He owned Wrexham Park, and it went to his son, who had no interest in football, didn't care about the football club. And we that's when we got kicked out of Wrexham Park. Homeless for how many years it was? I can't remember how many years it was to the top of my head. But
I was at 12 years.
We got we always say is our really have to make it our home.
Yeah.
The heart and soul back at Wrexham Park. This needs to be making our home. We can't be complaining that we can't do this. Yes, it is bad, but we need to try and make the best out of a shit situation.
100%.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I'm trying to think of some more points to talk about, lads. Let's have a look. Let's talk about Will Dennis. Obviously, our main focus point today has been on Forster. But what's your thoughts on Will Dennis coming to the club?
I feel it could be good. I feel obviously he's here for the rest of the season. I feel that he could it just gets him game time really from Bournemouth, because obviously he won't be getting any game time in Bournemouth. He's not their first choice keeper or their second, I don't think. So I feel that it could be good for him to improve and obviously to help out our club.
Yeah, mate. Bournemouth goalkeepers are unreal, trust me.
Yeah.
Aaron Ramsdale, Loney, remember that?
He said, Aaron Ramsdale. Oh, I love that man. I
love him as well.
Him. He's the biggest shit
when
house
I met
ever.
him, I was so happy.
Local as well. He's not too far away, I don't think.
Nah, I met him in, I think it was
not too far away from Slough.
Who?
Rambo, mate.
Oh yeah, he's
Ramsdale. Ramsdale's missus lives in Slough.
Yeah, she does. That's why he was down there.
Ramsey's lives in Slough. That's why.
Oh,
lives in Ivor. Lives in Ivor, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, get him down to SL2.
Well, I mean, we get Roman Kemp down, so we can get Rambo down.
Boys, what's next
What's next at what? Sorry.
Slough.
Boys, what's next? What's next at Slough? What's next at
I
Slough?
reckon we're going to be climbing up the table soon. Once we next season, I reckon we'll be at least just outside the playoff spots, like fighting for it, like we were last season. Because we have players such as Freddie Grant playing for us, who was brilliant for us.
Player.
And yeah, he was keeping us going pretty much with the motivation. He was keeping us motivated, believing. We need that this season as well. Believe that we can stay up and we can at least get mid-table or something. As long as we stay up, we will be fine, I reckon.
That's the thing.
Also, with A23's backing, it'd be brilliant.
That's the thing. Coming from where Lucas says, I feel that we need a player in that dressing room. We need a player in that dressing room who's who's encouraging the team like to fight for something. Like we need a leader in the changing room, and we don't know what's going on with what's actually going on behind the scenes, but there clearly needs someone who's willing to fight for the team.
And obviously, Scotty not being allowed to be the captain anymore as a manager, obviously, it doesn't help.
I don't think that makes a difference, in my opinion. I think Scotty not being the captain doesn't make a difference. That's my own opinion, but
yeah,
I don't think it makes a difference. He's still a leader. He's the gaffer, isn't he? What he says goes at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So
right, boys, I'm gonna have to love you and leave you. I've got a table booked, but I'll speak to you soon.
All right, mate. See you later.
Where you going, mate? Where you going?
Frankie's and Benny's, mate.
Maidenhead?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
In a bit, lads.
Right. See you later, Cameron. Bye, mate.
Yeah, mate.
Bye. There he is. We've got it removed. But yeah, cheers for Cameron for jumping on. But yeah, I think the new owners at Slough will be a positive thing for the Rebels, and you know that might bring in more money. It might bring in more opportunities. Hopefully, lower our season ticket fees. Whee!
Yeah.
But yeah, whatever happens to the Rebels. Whatever happened at the Rebels, I'm sure the fans will stick behind it. I will just want to show something quickly. This is a little pickup I got. Town versus Birmingham City programme. I'm trying to look at. There's some names on here. Mark West, a prolific goal scorer for the Rebels. Steve Bateman on here. But yeah, It's 1994, the first round of the FA Cup, Birmingham City versus Slough Town. And I think that
Max is Mark. Is
nice
Mark Pye
on the collection. Yes, mate.
Is Mark Pye on there?
Mike Pye.
Mark Pye.
No, mate. There's only Mark West.
No, Mark West.
Yeah, Mark West is one on there. There's a Mark anyway. Or Mike. Oh, you said Mike, didn't you?
That's a Mark Pye.
No, mate. Yeah, he's not on there, mate.
No, that's all right.
But yeah, half an hour. I think that's a good. Is it? But yeah, I think that's a good length stream. Thank you all for watching today's live stream or video, whatever you're tuning in as. Massive thanks to Luca, and massive thanks to the Ivor Fencing Company. You can find their information in our previous videos where we left the links, as I kind of didn't have time to put in this one. But yeah, cheers, guys. I've been Slough Town Vlogs, Max. That's been Luca, and we'll see you all on the terraces tomorrow when we beat Dulwich Hamlet. See you later, guys. The Bosh.
The Bosh.
Broadcast. Has it ended it?
Still says live. Wait.
No.